The automotive world has always been divided into two very distinct camps, being those who prefer the safety and stability of four wheels, and those who crave the freedom and visceral excitement of two. However, there is a fascinating middle ground that often gets overlooked by the mainstream market, yet it offers some of the most unique driving experiences currently available today. Today, we are exploring the strange and wonderful world of three-wheeled vehicles, machines that are neither fully cars nor entirely motorcycles, and why, in many cases, missing a wheel can actually be a very good thing for both the manufacturer and the driver. When we think of three-wheelers, many may immediately recall the unstable and often ridiculed Reliant Robin, or perhaps the quirky bubble cars of post-war Europe like the Messerschmitt. But the modern era of the three-wheeler is something entirely different. It is a realm of high-performance engineering, radical design, and clever regulatory maneuvering that has given birth to icons like the Morgan Super 3, the Polaris Slingshot, and the Campagna T-Rex. These vehicles are officially classified in many regions as autocycles or motorcycles, which opens up a world of possibilities that four-wheeled cars simply cannot access due to strict safety and emissions regulations that govern traditional automobiles. One of the most compelling arguments for the three-wheeled configuration is the sheer purity of the driving experience. Take the Morgan Super 3, for example, which is a machine that prioritizes mechanical connection over everything else. By removing the fourth wheel, Morgan is able to significantly reduce the overall weight of the vehicle, which in turn allows for a smaller, more efficient engine to provide exhilarating performance. The Super 3 utilizes a Ford-sourced three-cylinder engine that might sound modest on paper, but when you factor in a curb weight that is lighter than almost any production car on the road, the power-to-weight ratio becomes incredibly impressive. Driving a Morgan is an assault on the senses in the best way possible, because you are exposed to the elements, you can see the front suspension working, and you feel every nuance of the road surface through the steering wheel. It is a return to the basics of motoring, where the goal is not to get from point A to point B in isolated comfort, but to enjoy every single meter of the journey in a way that feels raw and unfiltered.
On the other end of the design spectrum, we have the Polaris Slingshot, which looks like something designed for a superhero rather than a weekend cruiser. While the Morgan leans into heritage and classic aesthetics, the Slingshot is unashamedly futuristic, with sharp angles, aggressive LED lighting, and a wide front track that provides surprising levels of grip. The Slingshot is a perfect example of how the three-wheeled layout can be used to create a lifestyle vehicle that bridges the gap between a car and a bike. It offers the side-by-side seating and steering wheel of a car, making it approachable for those who might be intimidated by a traditional motorcycle. But it retains the open-air cockpit and the single rear drive wheel that allows for a bit of playful tail-happy behavior when the driver gets aggressive with the throttle. It is this duality that makes the autocycle category so appealing. It provides the thrills of a motorcycle with a bit more stability and a lot more presence on the road. Beyond the emotional appeal, there are very practical and financial reasons why manufacturers choose the three-wheeled path and why consumers are flocking to them. In many jurisdictions, registering a three-wheeler as a motorcycle or autocycle means lower taxes, reduced insurance premiums, and in some cases an exemption from the incredibly expensive crash testing requirements that full-sized cars must endure. This allows smaller manufacturers like Vanderhall or Campagna to bring high-performance niche products to market at a price point that would be impossible if they had to meet every single passenger car safety standard. This does not mean these vehicles are unsafe, but rather that they are designed with a different philosophy in mind. They often feature robust roll hoops, traction control, and sophisticated braking systems, but they do not need to carry the thousands of pounds of extra weight associated with airbags, crumple zones, and side impact structures that modern cars require. This weight savings is the secret sauce that makes three-wheelers so agile and fuel-efficient compared to their four-wheeled counterparts.
We also cannot ignore the mechanical fascination of the reverse trike layout, which is the configuration where you have two wheels in the front for steering and stability and one wheel in the back for drive. This setup is inherently more stable than the traditional trike layout seen on older machines, because it handles cornering forces much like a car does. When you turn into a corner, the weight shifts to the outside front wheel, providing a solid platform that resists tipping. This engineering choice allows modern three-wheelers to pull impressive lateral G-forces that would surprise many sports car owners. The Campagna T-Rex is a legendary example of this, utilizing a high-revving Kawasaki motorcycle engine to deliver supercar levels of acceleration and handling in a package that is barely larger than a golf cart. It is a testament to the idea that less can truly be more when it comes to the number of contact patches on the road. Furthermore, the rise of electric propulsion is giving the three-wheeler a new lease on life. As urban congestion becomes a greater problem and the need for efficient personal mobility grows, the three-wheel configuration offers a perfect solution for the city dweller. Companies are looking at three-wheeled EVs as the ultimate urban commuters because they are narrow enough to navigate tight streets and easy to park, yet they offer more weather protection and storage than a standard scooter or e-bike. By losing a wheel and the associated drag and weight, an electric three-wheeler can achieve better range from a smaller battery pack, making it a more sustainable and affordable option for the mass market. The simplicity of the drivetrain, coupled with the aerodynamic advantages of a tapered rear body, means that the future of the three-wheeler might actually be more mainstream than its past.
Ultimately, the enduring appeal of the three-wheeler lies in its ability to stand out in a world of increasingly homogenized and sterile automobiles. Whether it is the hand-built charm of a Morgan, the aggressive performance of a T-Rex, or the approachable fun of a Polaris Slingshot, these machines remind us that driving should be an adventure. They challenge our perceptions of what a vehicle needs to be and prove that you do not need four wheels to have a world-class experience on the road. Sometimes, by taking something away, you actually gain so much more in terms of character, engagement, and pure, unadulterated joy. As we look toward the future of transportation, it is clear that the three-wheeler will continue to occupy its unique niche, proving that sometimes the best way to move forward is to leave one wheel behind.